you, Phyllis and Faye, for inviting me to speak on goals. I don't know about all of you, but I think it's kind of fun to sit down and plan what I want to do for the next year. Just fixing a cup of tea and sitting down to plan actually motivates me. I'm not sure how to pass that on, though, to you all, and so I hope that my next couple of thoughts won't get boring for you tonight. If you've already mapped out your plans for 2010, that's great. But if not, these next 9 days are very important to do that. If you wait till January to map it out, like Phyllis says, guess what? The month will be half over and you haven't even implemented some of your plans to get to your goals. And so you're already half a month behind, and you know how fast the months roll by. So set aside a block of time, brew yourself a cup of tea, and put on your thinking cap to etch out your desires for the next year. I get these healthy reflections from sparkspeople.com, and this kind of goes in line with what Sandy was saying, but there's a Chinese proverb that says, the palest ink is better than the best memory. And I know that's true for me. So this goes on with this healthy reflections. It says, do you have a recorded history? The secret to reaching your goals may rest in the written word. Writing is a common theme through every stage of successful goal achievement. The act of writing creates a promise, and having that visual promise in front of you every day won't let you forget it. Got a problem remembering what goals you met last week? Start tracking them on a daily basis. No more guessing and fooling yourself. The only way to get a really accurate picture of your progress is to record what you've done when you do it. Got something to say or a breakthrough to announce? Write it in a journal. Journals can show you what works and what doesn't, and the stories of your success can be great motivators in the future, right when you need help the most. From pregnancy start to pregnancy finish of your ideas, you can help your memory and your goals by putting ink to paper. It can make up for fading memory and keep motivation from fading at all. And I don't know about you, but it's easy to get distracted from my goals. And even more sad is sometimes I can actually forget what I had set as a goal. And so that's why I agree this is so important. And there's, you always wonder why some people reach their goals so easily. It seems like they move from one success to another, and other people just stay stuck and frustrated and don't quite get to success. And usually they say the difference is not talent or education, it's not luck or desire, and it's not even personality. But most successful people have been asked this question, what makes the difference? And most of the time that difference is having clear written goals, a very vivid vision. Earl Davis, a motivational speaker, said, there are some other steps as well, but this first one is essential. In working with highly successful people, one of the things that is always true and in very bold letters, yes, every time, is that they make clear, conscious choices. And by writing your goals, that's what you're doing. You're making choices of where you're going to spend your time. Mae West said, everything's in the mind. That's where it all starts. Knowing what you want is the first step towards getting it. So do you have a dream or a vision for your life? I've heard it said before that a vision, dream, or goal for yourself, not having a vision, dream, or goal for yourself is like being on a boat, no destination in mind, just drifting aimlessly wherever the winds and currents take you. And often a negative attitude and a probably low self-esteem can make you feel like you have no control over your destiny. You spend time reacting to life opposed to creating the life you want. Setting goals puts you in control, sets your course, you choose the direction for your life, and with a clear focus, then you have less stress, you're more confident, you have improved concentration, and you actually have a greater peace and happiness. And you have to remember, like Sandy kind of said, you're responsible for your life, not your husband, not your parents, not your boss, not your friends. And when you recognize this, it puts you in the driver's seat and automatically will help build your self-esteem. So we talk about two different types of goals. One is your life goals, one is more action goals. The life goals are your general desires and big dreams that you want to achieve during your lifetime, maybe fulfilling a job, financial security, a beautiful home, travel. And for most of us on this call tonight, it's probably having our own business would be part of our life goal. I know it's mine, and I want the freedom of not having to be on someone else's clock, and I want to do the work I absolutely love. So that is one of my life goals. Action goals are measurable, specific goals related to time-specific events, the stepping stones leading you towards your life goal. For example, if you desire to have this business as your means of financial support, there are things you will need to do to complete this goal. It takes specific actions to create this steady flow of income. If you are in it for more of a creative outlet and you want some extra income to purchase maybe some of the desires you have, then you need to set aside specific action goals to get those desires. And remember, if you aren't focused on your life goals each day, and if your action goals don't relate to your life goals, then it will be very hard for you to actually be successful in accomplishing your life goals. And so that's why it is very empowering to first identify your life goals and then work into your action goals from there. It takes guts to defy chaos or just meandering and predict the future of your business. Yet that is what we as entrepreneurs do when writing a business plan or goals. Consider it your written roadmap or blueprint. Once you identify your dreams, visions, and goals, then you'll want to affirm them. It can be affirmations written in present tense reinforcing your desired result. For instance, I am financially secure. Or maybe you want a new car and say, I am driving my 2010, and then put in your dream car, whatever it is. Or you could put together a vision board. It would be a collage of images like Sandy was kind of talking about, and words that would represent your vision for your life goal. And look at that board then daily so that you can connect your heart and your mind with your heart's desires. For me, generally, just a simple list of goals at the front of my day timer will keep me focused because I see them daily. Once you've identified your life goals, then you specify the action goals. And we have had 6 months to understand the marketing plan, so there will be areas that you may be changing for your action goals from last year. Since this business has my life goal is to have freedom. So since this business has to pay my bills, then this life goal of freedom is that I do not want to work for someone else. So I'm going to have to use the marketing plan to make it work for me. In looking back at my year of income, because you always want to look back at the last year, I can see that it will be better for me to put more effort into the business working with potential consultants than in actually building my client base. I love both areas, so I'm happy doing either. So let's look at setting specific action goals. I need a roof over my head to live for my business, and I pay $650 towards the mortgage each month. So I know that my first financial goal I need to meet every month is that. If I make qualifications for my ED bonus each month, it will be covered. I also have, tithes and 2 phone lines and internet and website and go to meetings and other bills, plus office expenses and taxes and all those types of things. So I know that in order to stay in business, I have to meet that bonus. Generally, I'm a visionary and have many ideas on what I can do to better the business. But sometimes when I'm a little slower in embracing change, when I'm happy with what I'm doing. So I've been looking and studying and possibly maybe a little slower than some of you are in making the changes to this new marketing plan. But I have been working it and laying groundwork so that this year hopefully I can have a good spurt in my business. Lee Iacocca said the most successful businessman is the man who holds onto the old just as long as it is good and grabs the new just as soon as it is better. We know the new marketing plan was generated to grow our business past where it was. Mr. Knopf could see it would take change on all our parts to move Janique past the stagnant place it was. We were doing our businesses and loving it, but probably from a more comfortable zone than needed to grow it bigger and better. I know many of you are growing your business in leaps and bounds with sponsoring with this new program, And I applaud